Ever feel like your bladder has a mind of its own lately, making you rush to the bathroom at the most inconvenient times? Or perhaps those nightly trips are becoming a little too frequent, robbing you of precious sleep and leaving you feeling drained the next morning. It's a common experience for many of us as we navigate the golden years, and it can be incredibly frustrating, even embarrassing at times, making you feel tethered to the nearest restroom. The painful reality is that these little annoyances can really chip away at our freedom, our sleep, and even our confidence to go out and enjoy life to the fullest. But what if I told you that some of the everyday foods you might be enjoying could actually be making these issues worse? Without you even realizing it, a leading urologist has warned about certain culprits lurking in our kitchens, ingredients that silently sabotage our most intimate comfort and well-being. Today, we're going to uncover these hidden dangers. In this video, we'll dive deep into 5 specific foods that, after the age of 60, might be silently sabotaging your urological health, affecting everything from bladder control to kidney function and overall comfort. Understanding what to avoid, and more importantly, what simple swaps you can make, is a game changer for reclaiming your peace of mind and your freedom. Make sure you watch right to the very end, because I promise you, there's something truly surprising waiting for you that could change how you look at your plate forever and empower you to live with greater comfort and confidence. Let's kick things off with the first food group that often finds its way into our daily routines, almost without us giving it a second thought. And that's sugary drinks and those sneaky artificial sweeteners. Now, you might be thinking, what's wrong with a nice fizzy drink or a diet soda to quench my thirst? Well, here's the surprising truth. These seemingly innocent beverages can be incredibly irritating to your bladder. Think about it for a moment. Your bladder is a sensitive organ, and it doesn't appreciate being bombarded with highly concentrated sugars or synthetic chemicals. When you drink a sugary soda, for example, your body has to work hard to process that rush of sugar. This can lead to inflammation throughout your system, and your bladder is no exception. It can become more reactive, leading to increased urgency, frequency, and that uncomfortable feeling of always needing to go. And it's not just the sugar itself. Many of these drinks contain artificial colorings and preservatives that act as direct bladder irritants. For those who opt for diet drinks, believing they're making a healthier choice, the news isn't much better. Artificial sweeteners like aspartame, sucralose, and saccharin, while calorie-free, are synthetic compounds that your body isn't designed to process naturally. They can trigger a similar inflammatory response in the bladder, leading to symptoms that mimic an overactive bladder. Imagine a small, delicate balloon that's constantly being poked and prodded. That's how your bladder might feel when it's regularly exposed to these artificial ingredients. The impact extends beyond just bladder irritation. High sugar intake, over time, can contribute to kidney stone formation. Sugary drinks, especially colas, are high in phosphates, which can disrupt the body's mineral balance and increase the risk of calcium oxalate stones. And let's not forget the long-term impact on overall health. Consistent high sugar consumption is a major contributor to type 2 diabetes, a condition that significantly impacts nerve function, including the nerves that control bladder function, often leading to issues like diabetic neuropathy affecting the bladder. So, what's the actionable step here? It's simpler than you might think. Start by reading labels. You'd be surprised how much added sugar is hidden in seemingly innocent fruit juices, sweetened teas, and even some bottled waters. The best swap plain old water. It's the purest, most natural hydrator for your body and your bladder. If you find water a bit boring, try infusing it with natural flavors like slices of cucumber, lemon, lime, or a few berries. Unsweetened herbal teas, like chamomile or peppermint, can also be wonderful alternatives, offering soothing properties without the harsh chemicals. Instead of reaching for that sugary treat, consider a piece of fruit. It offers natural sweetness along with beneficial fiber and nutrients that support overall health. including kidney function. It's about making a conscious choice to nourish your body with what it truly needs, rather than burdening it with irritants. Just imagine the relief your bladder will feel when it's no longer constantly on edge, allowing you to enjoy your day with more freedom and fewer interruptions. Now that we've shed some light on the sneaky sugars and artificial sweeteners, let's move on to another culprit that might be a staple in many kitchens: highly processed meats. Think about bacon sizzling in the pan, a quick deli sandwich for lunch, or a hot dog at a backyard barbecue. These foods are deeply ingrained in our culture, but they come with a hefty price tag for your urological health, especially after 60. The primary issues with processed meats are their high sodium content, nitrates, and other chemical preservatives. Let's start with sodium. Our kidneys are remarkable filters, tirelessly working to balance the fluids and electrolytes in our bodies. When you consume excessive amounts of sodium, your kidneys have to work overtime to excrete that extra salt. This puts a significant strain on them. And over time, this chronic overwork can lead to kidney damage and even contribute to high blood pressure, which is a major risk factor for kidney disease. Imagine your kidneys are like a sophisticated water filter. If you constantly pour murky, salty water through it, the filter will wear out much faster. That's what happens when you regularly consume high-sodium processed meats. Beyond the sodium, these meats are often loaded with nitrates and nitrites, which are used as preservatives and to enhance color, while they keep the meat looking fresh and appealing. Nitrates can be converted into compounds called nitrosamines in the body. Studies have linked the consumption of these compounds to an increased risk of certain cancers, including bladder cancer. It's a silent, long-term threat that builds up over years of consumption. Think of it like a slow drip. Drip. Drip of something potentially harmful, accumulating within your system. Furthermore, many processed meats contain advanced glycation end products, or AGEs, which are compounds formed when sugars react with proteins or fats during high-temperature cooking or processing. These AGEs contribute to inflammation and oxidative stress throughout the body, including in the urinary tract. Chronic inflammation can exacerbate existing urological conditions and contribute to new ones. So, what's the healthier path forward? The good news is there are plenty of delicious and safer alternatives. Instead of processed deli meats, opt for fresh, lean protein sources. Think about baking or grilling a chicken breast or turkey, and then slicing it for sandwiches. Cook an extra portion of fish or lean beef and use the leftovers for your lunch the next day. These fresh options allow you to control the sodium content and avoid those harmful nitrates and preservatives. If you're a fan of sausages or bacon, look for healthier versions that are lower in sodium and free from nitrates and nitrites. Many health food stores now offer these alternatives. Better yet, explore plant-based protein options. Lentils, beans, chickpeas, and tofu are incredibly versatile and nutritious, offering fiber and protein without the added sodium and chemicals. Incorporating more fresh fruits and vegetables into your diet can also help counteract some of the negative effects of any processed foods you might still consume. Thanks to their antioxidant properties, making these conscious choices doesn't mean giving up flavor or enjoyment. It means choosing ingredients that support your body's longevity and health, rather than working against it. It's about giving your kidneys a much-needed break and reducing your exposure to potential carcinogens, allowing you to enjoy a life with less worry and greater vitality. We're moving along nicely, and the next food on our urologist's warning list might add a bit of zing to your plate, but perhaps too much for your bladder's liking spicy foods. Now, for many of us, a dash of hot sauce or a fiery curry is a delightful culinary adventure, adding excitement to our meals. But as we age, and especially if you're experiencing any bladder sensitivity, those thrilling spices can become a real source of discomfort. The main culprit here is capsaicin, the active compound found in chili peppers that gives them their heat. When you eat spicy food, that burning sensation isn't just confined to your mouth. It travels through your digestive system and can eventually irritate the lining of your bladder. For someone with a perfectly healthy, resilient bladder, this might not be an issue. But for individuals over 60 who might already have a slightly more sensitive bladder, or conditions like an overactive bladder OAB or interstitial cystitis IC, spicy foods can trigger immediate and often intense symptoms. This can manifest as increased urgency, a burning sensation during urination, or simply more frequent trips to the bathroom. Imagine your bladder as a delicate membrane. When it comes into contact with an irritant like capsaicin, it can become inflamed and hypersensitive, leading to those uncomfortable sensations and the constant urge to empty it, even when it's not full. This isn't just about physical discomfort. It can significantly impact your social life, making you hesitant to go out for meals or attend events where you can't control the ingredients. Beyond the immediate irritation, regular consumption of highly spicy foods can contribute to a cycle of inflammation in the body, which, while not directly causing severe urological disease, can certainly worsen existing conditions and make the urinary tract generally more reactive. It's about cumulative effect. So, what's the practical advice for those who love their food with a kick? You don't necessarily have to banish all spices from your kitchen forever. The key is moderation and listening to your body. Start by gradually reducing the amount of chili or hot sauce you use. Pay attention to how your bladder reacts after a spicy meal. You might discover that certain spices affect you more than others, or that a milder level of heat is perfectly fine. Experiment with alternative flavor enhancers that won't irritate your bladder. Herbs like basil, oregano, thyme, and rosemary can add incredible depth of flavor without any heat. Garlic and ginger, while pungent, are generally well tolerated by the bladder and offer fantastic health benefits. You could also explore different cuisines that rely more on aromatic spices like cumin, coriander, and turmeric, which are less likely to cause irritation. If you're dining out, don't be afraid to ask for milder versions of dishes or request that spicy ingredients be omitted. It's about finding that sweet spot where you can still enjoy your food without sacrificing your comfort and peace of mind. Remember, managing your diet in this way is a personal journey, and what works for one person might be slightly different for another. The goal is to feel good, to reduce those annoying symptoms, and to reclaim your freedom. Next on our list, something many of us rely on to kickstart our morning's excessive caffeine. Whether it's that steaming cup of coffee, a strong black tea, or even some energy drinks, caffeine is a powerful stimulant that affects your body in multiple ways, including your urological system. While a moderate amount might be fine for some, exceeding that can lead to noticeable issues, especially after the age of 60. The primary reason caffeine makes the urologist's warning list is its diuretic effect. This means it increases urine production, prompting your kidneys to filter more fluid and send it to your bladder. For someone already dealing with frequent urination or an overactive bladder, this can be like throwing fuel on a fire. You'll find yourself needing to visit the bathroom even more often, disrupting your daily activities and potentially your sleep. Think of your bladder as a storage tank. Caffeine speeds up the rate at which that tank fills, leading to a constant sensation of needing to empty it, even if it's not truly full. Beyond its diuretic properties, caffeine is also a bladder stimulant. It can directly irritate the bladder muscle, causing it to contract more frequently and forcefully, leading to a feeling of urgency. This isn't just about convenience. It can be a significant source of anxiety and discomfort, making long car trips, social gatherings, or even a restful night's sleep feel challenging. Imagine being constantly on edge, always aware of the nearest restroom. That's the reality for many who consume too much caffeine. The impact of caffeine isn't just limited to your bladder. It can also contribute to dehydration if you're not balancing your intake with enough plain water. While coffee contains water, Its diuretic effect means you're losing more fluid than you're taking in, potentially leading to a net loss of hydration. Chronic dehydration can strain your kidneys and increase the risk of kidney stones. Furthermore, caffeine can interfere with sleep patterns. While not directly a urological issue, poor sleep can exacerbate many health problems, including bladder sensitivity, by impacting overall stress levels and the body's ability to heal and regulate itself. So, how can you enjoy your favorite warm beverages without impacting your urological health? The key here is moderation and smart choices. If you're a heavy coffee drinker, consider a gradual reduction. Try swapping one of your regular cups for a decaffeinated version. Many decaf options today taste just as good without the stimulant effect. Explore herbal teas, which offer a wide range of flavors and health benefits without caffeine. Green tea, while it contains some caffeine, generally has less than coffee and offers beneficial antioxidants. However, if you are very sensitive, even green tea might be too much. Listen to your body and find your personal tolerance level. Another actionable step is to pay attention to the timing of your caffeine intake. Avoiding caffeine in the late afternoon and evening can significantly improve your sleep quality, which in turn benefits your overall health and helps your bladder rest. For every cup of coffee or caffeinated tea, try to drink an extra glass of water to help counteract the diuretic effect and maintain proper hydration. It's about making mindful choices that support your body's natural rhythms, rather than pushing it to work overtime. By doing so, you can enjoy your day with less urgency and more comfort, truly allowing you to savor every moment. We're nearing the end of our list, and the final item might surprise you, as it's something often considered healthy. But in excess, or in certain forms, it can pose a silent threat to your urological well-being: high-sodium processed foods. Now, we've touched on sodium earlier with processed meats, but it's such a pervasive problem in the modern diet that it deserves its own dedicated attention as a standalone category. Many of us are simply unaware of how much hidden sodium lurks in our everyday meals, beyond just what we sprinkle from the salt shaker. Think about canned soups, frozen dinners, packaged snacks like crisps and crackers, fast food, and even some seemingly innocent processed cheeses. These convenience foods are often loaded with sodium, not just for flavor, but also as a preservative. The average adult needs about 1,500 to 2,000 to 300 milligrams of sodium per day, but many of us consume far more, often exceeding 300-400 milligrams without even realizing it. The problem with excessive sodium intake, especially as we age, is multifaceted for your urological health. Firstly, it puts an enormous strain on your kidneys. Your kidneys are responsible for filtering waste products and excess sodium from your blood. When there's too much sodium, they have to work incredibly hard to excrete it, requiring more water to dilute and flush it out. This continuous heavy workload can lead to kidney damage over time, potentially reducing their efficiency and increasing the risk of kidney disease. Imagine your kidneys are like finely tuned machines. Consistently overworking them with a heavy sodium load can cause wear and tear much faster than they're designed for. Secondly, high sodium intake directly contributes to high blood pressure, also known as hypertension. High blood pressure is a leading cause of kidney disease because it damages the small blood vessels and filters in your kidneys. These damaged vessels can't effectively remove waste and excess fluid from your body, leading to a dangerous cycle that further strains your kidneys and can impact overall fluid balance, including how your bladder functions. When your body retains too much fluid due to high sodium, it can lead to increased urine production and pressure on the bladder. Furthermore, for some individuals, a high sodium diet can directly irritate the bladder lining, similar to how other irritants can. This can manifest as increased frequency or urgency, especially for those who already have a sensitive bladder. It's often a subtle effect, easy to overlook, but it contributes to that general feeling of bladder discomfort. So, what's the actionable advice here? The most impactful change you can make is to cook more meals at home using fresh, whole ingredients. When you prepare your own food, You have complete control over the amount of salt that goes into it. Start reading food labels diligently. Look for low sodium or no added salt versions of canned goods, broths, and sauces. You'll be amazed at how quickly you can reduce your daily sodium intake just by making these conscious choices. Experiment with herbs and spices to flavor your food instead of relying on salt. Lemon juice, vinegars, garlic, onion powder, and a wide array of dried herbs can add incredible flavor without any sodium. If you dine out, don't hesitate to ask for your meal to be prepared with less salt. Many restaurants are accommodating to such requests. It's about retraining your palate to appreciate the natural flavors of food and reducing the burden on your kidneys and bladder. So, we've journeyed through the 5 key food groups that a urologist would caution you about, steering clear of those sugary drinks and artificial sweeteners, cutting down on heavily processed meats, being mindful of overly spicy dishes, moderating your caffeine intake, and watching out for the hidden sodium in processed foods. Now, I know this might sound like a lot to take in, and perhaps even a bit daunting, as if we're stripping away all the enjoyment from eating. But please, don't feel overwhelmed. The beauty of these insights is that they are all about making small, conscious choices that, when they add up, make a tremendous difference to your comfort and well-being. Think of these not as strict rules, but as guiding principles to empower you. You don't have to completely eliminate everything overnight. Perhaps you start by swapping out just 1 sugary drink a day for water, or choosing a fresh, grilled chicken breast over deli meat for your lunch a few times a week. Every little step, every thoughtful choice, sends a positive ripple effect through your body. Remember, the goal here isn't perfection, but progress. It's about giving your urological system, your kidneys, and your bladder the support they deserve as you age gracefully. Imagine the freedom of fewer urgent trips to the bathroom, the luxury of uninterrupted sleep, and the confidence to enjoy social outings without constant worry. These small dietary adjustments can pave the way to a more comfortable, more independent, and more joyful life. It's truly liberating. I'd love to hear from you. Have you noticed any of these foods affecting your bladder or kidney health? Or perhaps you've discovered a fantastic alternative or a clever tip that has worked wonders for you in managing your urological comfort. Share your wisdom and experiences in the comments below. Your insights could be incredibly helpful and inspiring to others in our community who are on a similar journey. If you found this conversation helpful and empowering, please give this video a thumbs up. It truly helps us reach more incredible people like you who are committed to living their best life, full of vitality and comfort. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to our channel. We're dedicated to bringing you more practical, empowering advice, stories, and tips to help you navigate your later years with confidence, vitality, and joy. Remember, turning 60, 70, or even beyond isn't about slowing down. It's about smart choices that allow you to live life to the fullest, with every ounce of energy and comfort you deserve. You have the power to make a real difference in your own health journey. Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep living your best life at every age.